Postmodernism. What is wrong with this postmodernism? Well, to start with, postmodernist or postmodernism hasn't really been a term until the 80s, where a Nietzsche-like relativistic society um, domineered the philosophical field, saying that those who believe in absolute truth, in absolute morality, that they are wrong, as if there's absolutely true that there's no absolute truth. But anyway, that's where they kind of don't know what they're talking about, kind of, you know, they contradict each other, these postmodernists, saying on one hand there's no absolute truth, and then on the other hand, that's an absolute truth. I mean, you can listen to modern philosophers, and they will try to go to all kinds of different. They'll try to twist and make ties on it, make little bow ties on their little ideology, saying, "Oh no, 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 it makes sense if you take in consideration this, that, that." But you got to sit there and say, "Hey, if everything's relative, I see this, that, and that, not the same way you do." Okay, so what does that mean? Hmm. That there's differences in opinion? Oh no, we can't have that. You see, because that's really the whole crux of postmodernism is no diversity of thought. That's really what it is all about. Because when you want everyone to be equal, in the sense of everyone on the same rung of the ladder, be it the economic ladder, what have you, and all this intersectionalism amongst these people. Well, if you want that type of equality, of course you're going to have to use coercive politics to do so. I mean, you look at the Soviet Union, they had to coerce people into paying tremendous taxes, so that, and redistribution of wealth and the seizing of the means of production, in order to have a society, a not so civil society, in which everyone is equal, aka the same. That's what it's about. It's all about being the same. Have you ever wondered where this Common Core stuff comes from? Where the same kids are all our kids are being taught how to add 2 plus 2 by having squares, stuff like that. Ever wondered where that came from? You ever wondered where black people can't be racist comes from? Where only whites are racist? You ever considered where, you know, it's all about rich versus the poor type scenario? It all stems from this rejection of moral absolutes, of a God. That's where it comes down. Because we agree everyone's equal, everyone should be equal, but in what sense do we say people should be equal? Do we say they should be equal in the sense of their income, equal in the sense of their quote-unquote privilege, what have you, are equal in the sense of made in God's image and worth the same under the scrutiny of the law, with the same constitutional rights? Is that what we mean by equality? Well, postmodernism has its way of changing the dictionary. What used to be called equality is now really just the failed philosophy of Karl Marx. Yes, I said it. Progressivism is the bastard child of Marxism. If you don't believe me, then perhaps you've got some lenses on. And I'm definitely mean that. Well, you know, if you disagree with us, you must be a Nazi. That's what they say. I would like to question that just a bit. I would criticize that point. Well, the Nazis. Who were the Nazis? They were. What did Nazism stand for? Yes. National Socialism. A socialistic society where it is imposed upon people to be equal, and in that case, equal in race. It's really in logic, by the complete laws of logic. Let's not do what these socialists do and just base everything on emotion, emotion, emotion. No, let's use logic. What is the major difference between socialism and Nazism? Is there a major underlying difference between the two in the theory? I say no, because both of them claim to want an equal society, a society that's equal or the same. The same in race, or the same in socioeconomic, political factors. So, any liberal or postmodernist out there who would like to challenge me on this, I would like you to. Because seriously, I don't think you have a rational or reasonable worldview in which to make sense of the world in the first place. You reject absolute truth, you reject absolute morality, so what in the world do you have in arguing? The thoughts, our thoughts are our opinions in which we create from our thoughts is just the biochemical reactions in our brain that creates these things that we call thoughts, we call opinions. So, arguing at all, saying that I'm a racist, saying that I'm crazy for comparing Nazism and socialism, is like arguing whether Coca-Cola is better than Pepsi, you know? They're just different chemicals in the brain that are causing us to think these certain ways. So why argue? Really? Postmodernist, atheist. Why argue? You have no worldview in which to make sense of. At all.